I'm Julie.
And I'm Nick.
We traveled across the country to uncover the ins and outs of writing. And now we're here to share with you the real-world tips and techniques we learned along the way.
Whether you're an aspiring screenwriter, novelist, journalist, songwriter, poet, or you just want to do better on your next paper,
understanding the elements of writing, from identifying your purpose and audience to developing your writing process and proofreading your final piece, can make all the difference. Today, we're talking about expository writing, which basically means writing that explains something.
all kinds of writers use expository writing. Newspaper reporters, magazine writers, television anchors.
You use it too when you write a summary about a science experiment or an essay about the Civil War for social studies. It can be a reflection on your favorite book, a description of a place you've been. They're all forms of expository writing.
Expository writing covers a lot of territory. That's why it's important to keep three things in mind. First, why are you writing? In other words, what is your purpose?
In expository writing, your purpose is to inform or explain, kind of like we're informing you right now.
Second, who are you writing for? Your readers are your audience. That could mean a teacher, a parent, a neighbor, or a friend.
You write differently for different audiences.
And third, how should you organize your information?
You choose the organization that best suits your purpose and connects well with your audience.
Well stated.
Before we get any further down the road, let's take a look at the structure of expository writing.
The structure of writing is basically the beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning of a piece of expository writing, or any writing for that matter, features your focus.
The focus is the central idea that your whole piece revolves around. It drives your thesis statement, the sentence that tells your audience what they'll learn by reading your paper. The middle of your expository piece is the place you expand upon the thesis. The paragraphs in the middle should each feature a different supporting idea. And the end is your conclusion, where you revisit your thesis and remind the readers why they should care about the topic.
To see structure in action, we went tropical to check in with a kid who really knows his way around expository writing.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm 15 years old. I'm a journalist for my school's newspaper. A few weeks ago, we had a really cool assignment. I had to write up about the Everglades, a place that I had just visited.
The focus of Chris's article was the Everglades, but he had trouble setting up a thesis. He couldn't decide if he should just write about the wildlife of the Everglades or if he should explain how the trip had changed him.
Then he considered his audience, the kids at school. He thought they would probably want to hear about his experience. Here's what Chris came up with for his introduction.
One of Florida's last wild places, the Everglades seems worlds apart from the cities that border it. So when I visited the Everglades last month, I was surprised to learn how closely linked the two worlds really are. The way people use water has a huge and often harmful effect on the plants and animals of the Everglades. Fortunately, I discovered that kids can do many things to help protect this amazing wilderness.
Did you catch the thesis in that introduction? It's right here. Fortunately, I discovered that kids can do many things to help protect this amazing wilderness. That sentence makes it crystal clear. From reading this article, we'll find out about how kids can protect the Everglades.
That's a good beginning. Now, let's take a look at the end, because like all writing, an expository piece usually needs an ending or conclusion.
Most of the time, this is where you revisit your thesis and remind the readers what they've learned. You can do that in a bunch of ways. You could repeat everything, which can get a little boring.
Sometimes it's better to just re-emphasize one or two key points.
Or you can take your conclusion to a different level. Ask a thought-provoking question.
Or make a prediction about what will happen to your topic in the future.
Here's what Chris did for his conclusion. Since returning from the Everglades, I'm trying to do my part to help save the wilderness. From conserving water to writing letters to our state representative, there are plenty of things kids can do. If we all join in, the Everglades will continue to be wild and wonderful, preserved for future generations to study and enjoy.
Chris's conclusion only hits on the two main points, the importance of the Everglades and the fact that he wants to preserve it.
Then he leaves the reader with something to chew on, the possibility that kids can actually work for change.
A good conclusion is like a gift for the audience. It wraps up your points and ties them together with your thesis. The ending should make the reader feel like the topic was meaningful,